This is the cheapest snowboard on Amazon.
The missing silent seller, no technical data, driving well, I guess you probably won't. Just based on the design, I would say it looks very cheap. I would cautiously call it an experiment.
Ow.
Just 3 years ago I started on my snowboard journey, and since then it became a passion of mine. Recently I decided to do something a bit unconventional. I bought the cheapest snowboard I could find on Amazon, the Raven Core, for just 170 euros. And to make things interesting, I compared it to a premium board which cost 640 euros, the Bataleon Evil Twin Plus, and my own trusty ride, the Ride Twin Peak. Being relatively new to snowboarding, I still remember the confusion I had 3 years ago when trying to choose the right gear. Luckily for me, I had a really good brick and mortar store close by, and they helped me a lot with a lot of good advice. But the funny thing is, when I bought the budget board, I thought it might not do well at all. I thought the premium board would just blow the budget board out of the water. But what I discovered challenged my assumption in ways I didn't anticipate. So let me take you through what happened and what it taught me about finding the right gear, especially when you're still figuring things out. So I did the test at the end of last season, and the conditions were typical for late in the season. So slushy snow, warmer temperature. Not really ideal for testing high speed performance, but a good real world scenario.
And you get some real world experience under your belt, you come see me.
Starting with the Raven Core, that was the budget one, I wasn't really sure what to expect at all. And right away the Raven felt stable and forgiving. So great qualities actually for someone who is starting to learn snowboarding. And especially on the straight runs, it was a smooth ride and the board was really easy to control. And to be honest, I was quite surprised that it handled the basic that well. However, when I tried to push the board, like attempting quicker turns, trying to carve, it really didn't quite match up to what I am accustomed to. It wasn't really bad, but well, it was bad.
Real bad.
Because when I was carving, I actually was mostly lying in the snow. And it didn't change much with the Bataleon Evil Twin Plus. I mean, given its advanced features, I was convinced that it would perform significantly better than the budget board. I was even wondering if the Evil Twin would even be a better board than my current one. And the Bataleon definitely had a premium feel to it. It was lighter and it was definitely more responsive than the budget board. But when I tried to push it, the same as I did push the budget board, it didn't really outperform the Raven at all. Neither the Bataleon nor the Raven, the budget board, could really carve well. And with the Bataleon, the same happened as with the Raven. I was lying mostly in the snow, and that sucked. Now, at first I thought that is because of the bad snow condition, but when I took out my Twin Peak, the board that I'm used to and that I really love, it immediately felt right. The board responded just the way I expected it to do. The carve suddenly didn't pose a problem anymore. Yes, they weren't that easy, but they were doable. So I wasn't lying in the snow at all. So immediately I thought I could actually rule out the bad snow condition as the culprit for the bad performance of the two other boards. And here's the thing. This experiment highlighted something very important for me. While the budget board is great for beginners and those on a small budget, because it is reliable and gets the job done, at least for the first season, on paper the Bataleon should have blown the budget board out of the water. But it didn't. It does offer premium features that might benefit more advanced riders, and I know a couple of people that really love the board, but I personally wasn't really happy with it at all. And when I went back to my Twin Peak, everything felt effortless. And this experience showed me that it is not about the price tag in the end, definitely not for the snowboard. It is about finding the right board for you, the one that fits your riding style. It also highlighted for me that getting the right snowboard is a science in itself, because here's the funny thing. Till now, no one could really tell me why there had been such a massive discrepancy between the Bataleon Evil Twin Plus and the right Twin Peak. Because on paper, actually, all three are not so different. All three are twins, all three are medium stiff boards. Well, actually the budget board is really soft, so medium stiff, I don't know, isn't clear. And all three are their wide variants. And the only bigger difference on paper is Evil Twin Plus is a positive camber, while the ride is a hybrid camber. But when riding them, they felt like day and night. So here's my conclusion. Whether you are just starting out or been riding for a while, don't feel pressured to buy the most expensive gear. In my opinion, you have to focus on the board that feels right for you and test as many boards as you can possibly do. That is also exactly what I'm going to do now. After this experience, I am now eager to test even more boards in order to understand how different properties, like for example the board stiffness, are impacting my riding experience. Just to give you an example, I'm currently trying to get my hands on the new Bataleon Turbo, of course the white variant, and what makes the Turbo so interesting for me is that their flex rating is 9 out of 10, so it should be extremely stiff, and I want to see how that is impacting my ride, how it feels different than the boards I'm used to. So if I get this board, it will be definitely in one of my next videos that talks all about new snowboards of 2025, which you should see here then. But now it's your turn. Tell me what's your experience been like. Did you already found a board that clicked, or are you still searching? I really would love to hear your stories and any tips you might have for someone who is still learning, like me. And if you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And for more honest reviews and snowboarding adventures, I would love if you consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, keep exploring and enjoy the ride.